You've probably heard of it, Area 51, a secret military base out in the middle of nowhere, Nevada. No road signs, no explanations, not even a dot on older maps. But here's the weird part. For decades, the US government straight up denied it even existed. Like, how does a place become that secret? So what's really going on out there? People say it's aliens, crashed UFOs, reverse engineered spacecraft, maybe even contact with something not human. But honestly, the truth might be even crazier and more terrifying than all the science fiction. Because this place isn't just about aliens. It's about how far a government will go to hide something, to test things, to build machines that change the world or destroy it. And once you learn what really started inside Area 51, you'll realize we were never supposed to know. Alright, so how did this whole Area 51 thing even start? To really get it, we need to rewind, not to some sci-fi alien landing, but to the Cold War back in the 1950s. The US was desperate to keep an eye on the Soviet Union. They needed something powerful, something no one could see coming. That's when the CIA gave the green light to one of the most ambitious surveillance projects ever, the U-2 spy plane. But testing a spy plane that's supposed to be invisible? Yeah, you don't do that in public. They needed secrecy and fast. So they picked this remote dry lake bed in Nevada called Groom Lake, totally isolated, nothing around for miles. And just like that, Area 51 was born. No big announcement, no press release, just fences, guards, and complete silence. At first, nobody outside the military really noticed, but then the sightings began. Strange aircraft flying high above commercial planes, faster, higher, and totally unrecognizable. People started calling them UFOs, and you know what? They weren't wrong, just not the kind of UFOs they imagined. Most of these unidentified flying objects were actually top secret prototypes like the U-2 or later the SR-71 Blackbird, aircraft that flew at altitudes regular people had never even seen before. They looked alien because, well, they kind of were. Just not from space. But the military didn't explain anything. They didn't deny it. They didn't confirm it. They just stayed quiet. And that silence, it made people wonder, what else are they hiding? That's when Area 51 really started becoming a legend. People claimed to see lights moving in ways no human aircraft could. Others swore they saw things land or crash. Then came stories of alien bodies, reverse-engineered ships, and even underground bunkers holding secrets not meant for this world. And to be fair, the government kind of brought this on themselves. For over 40 years, they refused to even admit Area 51 existed. It wasn't on any official documents. Pilots were told never to mention it. Even satellite images of the area were blacked out. Imagine that, a place so secret that reality itself had to lie for it. But in 2013, after years of speculation and freedom of information requests, the CIA finally admitted it. Yes, Area 51 is real. Yes, it was used to test spy planes, and yes, they kept it hidden on purpose, but they didn't mention anything about aliens. Of course they didn't. So the government finally admitted Area 51 was real, but they still didn't say a word about aliens, which, let's be honest, only made the rumors louder, because by then, the public imagination was already way ahead of them. You see, the alien connection didn't start in Area 51. It started in Roswell, New Mexico back in 1947 when a mysterious object crash-landed in the desert and the US military quickly cleaned it up. First, they said it was a flying saucer. Then, they changed the story to a weather balloon. And just like that, America's alien obsession was born. But here's where it gets weird. As time passed, more and more people began connecting Roswell to Area 51. Stories started popping up from supposed ex-employees, ex-soldiers, even a few scientists claiming the wreckage was taken to Area 51. Some even said alien bodies were stored there inside a hidden bunker beneath Groom lake. Sounds ridiculous, right? Maybe. But the secrecy didn't help. When a place is so locked down that not even its name is spoken out loud, people fill in the blanks. And boy, did they. Books, documentaries, interviews, they all pushed the same question. What is the government really hiding out there? Then, in the 90s, a guy named Bob Lazar came forward. He claimed he worked inside a facility near Area 51 called S4, where he allegedly helped reverse engineer alien technology. According to him, the craft didn't run on fuel. It bent gravity. People were divided. Some called him a fraud. Others believed every word. But his story stuck. By the 2000s, Area 51 had officially become more than a secret base. It was a cultural phenomenon. Movies like Independence Day, Men in Black, X-Files, they all treated Area 51 like the front line in Earth's hidden war with extraterrestrials. Even video games and cartoons threw in alien labs and secret hangars beneath the desert. It was funny, it was wild, but for a lot of people, it also felt kind of possible, because even if the alien stories weren't true, and maybe they aren't, people had seen the pattern. When the government lies once, it opens the door forever, and Area 51, it was the perfect symbol of that. A place that doesn't exist, that everyone knows about, that no one can enter, and that still, to this day, sparks the same question. If they're not hiding something, why all the silence? So, Area 51 is real. The government finally admitted it. But what goes on inside, they're still not saying. No alien files, no underground UFO hangars, just we test aircraft. That's it. But let's be honest, that answer leaves more questions than it solves, because something is happening behind those fences. Even today, satellites capture strange airstrips appearing, then vanishing, structures being built in the middle of nowhere, long runways that stretch across the desert like scars, big enough to launch something. And the security? It's next level. Motion sensors buried in the dirt, military guards in white trucks watching from ridgelines, and warning signs that don't just say no trespassing. They say deadly force authorized. That's not your average airbase. And let's not forget, some of the most advanced aircraft ever built were born here. The U-2, the A-12 Oxcart, the F-117 Nighthawk, all decades ahead of their time, all tested in complete silence at Area 51. So maybe what they're working on now is even more advanced. Some think it's hypersonic weapons, or drone swarms, or tech that bends radar like light. Others still convinced it's not from this planet at all. And then there was that one time in 2019. Remember the whole Storm Area 51 thing? It started as a joke on Facebook. They can't stop all of us. But over 2 million people RSVP'd, and suddenly the Pentagon wasn't laughing. That moment, as silly as it was, said something. It showed how deep the fascination goes, because even now, in the age of satellites, deepfakes, and 24/7 surveillance, we still don't really know what's inside Area 51, and maybe that's the point. Maybe it's not just about aliens or spy planes. Maybe Area 51 is a mirror showing us how little we know about the people in charge, and how easily mystery can become myth. Because whether it's hiding alien tech or just the next generation of military machines, one thing is certain. It was never just a patch of desert. It was a story designed to be told in whispers, and for some reason, it still works. So what's really going on in there? Honestly, we might never find out, but maybe that's what keeps us looking.